Greetings, greetings, greetings and salutations, one and all. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I want to say big ups to each and every one of you right now. How you doing? I want to say big ups to each and everyone tuning in on the TuneIn Radio. The Night Shift to DJ Kevin Stew. One Harmony Radio, top of the morning to you guys over there in the UK. I want to say big ups to those tuning in on WGLRO. People Station, home of the Donny Walker Morning Show, taking it from the streets to the streets. Touching everywhere from Detroit to Denmark and everywhere in between. Big ups to those on PEMGTV.com. And of course, I was right here at the home of the Night Shift to DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com. Glad to have you. Couldn't do it without you. You have my word, I wouldn't try. In the background, we have the music of the one known as DeVille. The track is called Burning Up.
I say yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I say la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Girl, your body's on fire. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. The way you do it, what you doing, girl, you do it like nobody else. Oh, and I don't care if you with somebody tonight. I want you for myself. Oh yeah, yeah. Your every move is clearly telling me, baby, that you want me. Tonight you're here to live your life. You don't care about nobody, nobody. We do what we want. Drink all night if it's what we want. Get drunk, let up at the club. We can take it to the grand, get naked and we don't know if you wanna. La 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 la. Girl, your body's on fire. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. Never felt this intensity until we met. Make me wild but then rewind you like I said. I can't wait to get my hands on you and make you sweat. Touch you in all the places I know gon' make you wet. Hot and heavy, I'm ready to go all out on you, baby. Girl, tonight I'ma turn you on. Put it down on your body, your body. We'll do what we want. Love all night if it's what you want. We can do it anyhow, any place, anywhere. We can do it right. If that's what you want. La 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 la. Girl, your body's on fire. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. You got the whole place burning. La 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 la. Hey yo. One time, two time, three time, rewind. One time, two time, pull up selector, rewind again.
I want to say thank you to our sponsors for this segment of the show.
Rewind,
Pulse Media Group.
two time.
When being in the moment is priceless, you want to give them a call.
Yeah, with the vibe.
Pulse can do for you everything that you see right here on the Night Shift to DJ Kevin Stew on kevinstew.com.
Never gonna let you go now. Got to get you home tonight, yeah. And when I get you home,
They can create your website. They can host your website. They can provide you with streaming services. Let's give them a call, 754-999-6020. Or visit them at pulsecmg.com. Thank you, Pulse Media Group. You know who else got got the whole place burning up right now. COVID-19. And it doesn't really matter where you are in the world right now. You are being touched by this virus, whether directly, whereas you're suffering from ailments of the condition of the virus, or indirectly, meaning it's in your geographical area. Now, this is the information I was going to present to you last week, and because of technical difficulties, I had to cancel that show. So, as it relates to the timing of the information, it is still quite relevant. Very relevant. As of March 5, 2020, there were 98,067 reported cases of the novel coronavirus infections affecting 88 countries and territories, 80,430 of which were in China. World Meter Info provides a way and an easy overview of confirmed cases and deaths that you can check for the latest statistics. Those who want to keep up on it, you can use worldmeter.info. Also, as at that same date, there were 11 deaths reported in the US, 10 in Washington state and 1 in California. We know today that number has changed. In fact, just today, there was a death in South Florida as a result of the virus. It's kind of interesting that one of the things that seems to not get mentioned when they mention the deaths are pre-existing conditions. You don't hear anybody dying from the virus and there is mention of a pre-existing condition. And you check it out, most of the time I haven't heard of a case where additional information was provided where there wasn't a pre-existing condition. Let me just put it that way. On March 5, 2020, of the 3,356 reported deaths, 3,013 were in China, predominantly in the Hubei province in and around Wuhan city, which is ground zero for the outbreak. The virus was initially labeled 2019 nCoV before it became renamed as COVID-19 by the World Health Organization. Now, according to bioweapons expert Francis Boyle, evidence suggests COVID-19 is a weaponized coronavirus originating from the biosafety level 4 facility in Wuhan city. It's the first BSL-4 facility in Jamaica, biosafety level 4. And it was set up specifically to research coronavirus and SARS. Now, he goes on to describe the COVID-19, Francis Boyle that is, goes on to describe COVID-19 as a chimera consisting of SARS, which already is a weaponized coronavirus, HIV genetic material, and influenza virus, designed with so-called gain-of-function properties that allow it to spread a greater distance than normal. He believes it can travel 6 to 7 feet through the air, and some reports suggest the virus can shed that distance from contaminated human feces as well. Others have suggested COVID-19 may involve Protavella, which is a bacterium known to cause respiratory tract infections, including pneumonia. And this actually may explain some of the observed symptoms and how it can spread through feces. Bacteriophages, which are viruses that infect and reproduce inside bacteria, like a parasite, have been implicated in the progression and maintenance of at least some pathologies, including those associated with with protein misfolding, according to one 2018 paper, which actually further suggests here for the first time, quote, we propose a concept of bacteriophages as human pathogens. We suggest that bacterial viruses have different ways to directly and indirectly interact with eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic. I wish I had someone. I wish I had Dr. J with me tonight. I don't know what eukaryotic cells really are. Never heard of them. They're new to me. And proteins leading to human disease as well. In February 2020 paper, and that I've been working on that word for a while, by the way. Every time I say it well in my head and I repeat it out loud, I go back and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Where did they find this word? In a February 2020 paper, Sandeep Chakraborty, I don't want to really mess up the name, bioinformatics core member at UC Davis, notes that Prevotella, is present, sometimes in huge amounts, in patients from 2 studies in China and 1 in Hong Kong. He goes on to cite RNA sequencing data from Wuhan, China, published January 25, 2020, showing millions of reads of Prevotella proteins amid a few thousand COVID-19 viruses. Yet, the researchers make no mention of the Prevotella in their paper. Prevotella bacteria was also found in 6 COVID-19 patients from the same family in Hong Kong. These are the 3 studies I could find, Chakraborty writes. But the clinching evidence is the presence of the same integration point of nCoV and Prevotella in study 1 and study 2. Moreover, detection of the nCoV can be made very specific by looking for a 500 BP in the spike protein, which would be a good candidate for vaccine development, protein inhibition, and diagnosis, which was non-specific for SARS in many cases, including the CDC test. And since this is now DNA, the standard detection test using RT-PCR, which looks for RNA, is having large false negatives. Now, while this connection needs further verification and validation, it's an interesting finding that could be significant if it is true. From a treatment standpoint, it could indicate that antibiotic drugs might be useful, and for prevention, probiotics, prebiotics, and sporebiotics might play an important role. There's still a whole lot that is not known about COVID-19. And if it did escape from Wuhan City's BSL 4 facility, they're not giving out any details about it that might help healthcare workers figure out an effective treatment plan. Now, while vitamin C treatment is one avenue under investigation, and wearing medical grade face masks is the route many have taken to avoid infection, taking steps to strengthen your immune function is likely one of your most important prevention strategies. And this is what we're going to be looking at mainly for tonight. Ways to boost the immune system. Now, February 4, 2020 is not only my older son's birthday, but it was a day researchers at Zhongnan Hospital in China announced they will investigate the effectiveness of vitamin C infusion for the treatment of severe COVID-19 infected pneumonia. Many of the deaths associated with this viral pneumonia appear to be due to septic shock. And studies suggest high-dose vitamin C infusions can improve outcomes in cases of sepsis and respiratory infection as well. Now, what is noted in the Zhongnan Hospital study description, quote, viral pneumonia is a dangerous condition with a poor clinical prognosis. Vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid, has antioxidant properties. When sepsis happens, the cytokine surge caused by sepsis is activated, and neutrophils in the lungs accumulate in the lungs, destroying alveolar capillaries. Early clinical studies have shown that vitamin C can effectively prevent this process. In addition, vitamin C can help to eliminate alveolar fluid by preventing the activation and accumulation of neutrophils and reducing alveolar epithelial water channel damage. At the same time, vitamin C can prevent the formation of neutrophil extracellular traps, which is a biological event of vascular injury caused by neutrophil activation. The researchers intend to treat patients with 24 grams of IV vitamin C per day for 7 days at a speed of 7 millimeters per hour. The placebo group will receive an IV of normal saline. The primary outcome measure will be a number of days without ventilation support during 28 days of hospitalization. Secondary outcome measures will include mortality, ICU length of stay, the rate of CPR required, vasopressor use, respiratory function, sepsis-related organ failure, and more. Now, time will tell what the outcome of that Zhongnan Hospital study will be. It seems like it would be a pretty challenging study. Well, of course, it is a pretty challenging virus. So, it only stands to reason. Chances are vitamin C will impact some benefit, although Dr. Paul Marik's sepsis treatment protocol might be an even better solution. One initial retrospective before-after clinical study showed giving patients 200 milligrams of thiamine every 12 hours, 1500 milligrams of ascorbic acid every 6 hours, and 50 milligrams of hydrocortisone every 6 hours for 2 days reduced sepsis mortality from 40% to 8.5%. Research published online January 9, 2020 found Marique's intravenous sepsis protocol lowered mortality in pediatric patients as well. This study was performed at Anne and Robert H. Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago. And as noted by Science Daily, the preliminary data from this study supports the promising outcomes seen in adults. Now, between January 2014 and February 2019, 557 pediatric patients with septic shock met the criteria for inclusion in this study. 43 received Marique's vitamin C B1 hydrocortisone protocol. 181 received hydrocortisone only therapy, and 333 received neither of these treatments. The 43 patients receiving the vitamin C treatment were matched based on clinical status with 43 untreated controls and 43 hydrocortisone only patients. At the 30-day mark, controls and the hydrocortisone only groups had a mortality rate of 28%, while the treatment group had a mortality rate of just 9%. At 90 days, 35% of the controls and 33% of those receiving hydrocortisone only had died, compared to just 14% of the treatment group. Now, it sounds like playing games with lives. But I guess that is why it is called a practice, isn't it? As for prevention, nutrition plays a critical role, and several nutrients are known for their immune boosting properties and their ability to ward against viral infections. As reported in a February 24, 2020 press release, in a compelling article in Progress in Cardiovascular Diseases, Mark McCarthy of the Catalytic Longevity Foundation in San Diego, California, and James De Nicolanatino, PharmD, a cardiovascular research scientist at St. Luke's Mid-America Heart Institute in Kansas City, Missouri, proposed that certain nutraceuticals may help to relieve, to provide relief to people infected with encapsulated RNA viruses such as influenza and, you guessed it, coronavirus. COVID-19 is around 30 to 60 times more lethal than the typical annual flu. Both influenza and the coronavirus, cause an inflammatory storm in the lungs, and it is this inflammatory storm that leads to acute respiratory distress, organ failure, and inevitably death. Certain nutraceuticals may actually help to reduce the inflammation in the lungs from RNA viruses, and others may also help boost type 1 interferon response to these viruses, which is the body's primary way to help prevent antiviral antibodies to fight off yeah, it's the body's way to help create these antibodies to fight off viral infections. Now, DiNicoletino and McCarthy, Nicolatino, that is his name actually, they list several nutrients available in supplemental form that may actually be of particular benefit against COVID-19, including a number of them which we'll touch on in just a short while. But before we do that, I'm gonna give my tongue a break from some of these names and take a breather and give you guys a little chance to get your pens and your papers so that you can take notes, because we're gonna list out some of these nutrients, these nutraceuticals that could actually help in the fight against COVID-19. Now, of course, there are some skeptics out there that say, the only thing that will help is a vaccine. Well, if your body is designed to fight off viruses, and this virus is a little bit souped up. This virus is your flu on steroids. Then your body needs a little bit more help to get in the fight. You can't be doing the same things expecting different results. That's just a sign of madness. So let's look at some of the things that we have not been putting in our bodies that just might be helpful in the fight against COVID-19. And we'll do that just as soon as we get back from this break. So call a friend, tell a friend. It is Healthy Love right here on the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. We're looking at anti-corona nutrition. We'll be right back.
Pulsey Media Group, innovative streaming and recording, has done it again. A new way to get your business in full view of your neighborhood consumer through AdShare TV. It's available in your neighborhood today. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. Become a host today and place a TV monitor in a strategic location so it's easy to see. Get a 1-minute video ad or longer that plays anywhere in our network. Can't be a host? No problem. For a few dollars, we'll run your 30-second video ad. A host can run announcement specials like buy one get one free or discount ads. Let's turn your flyers into a 30-second video with music or a voiceover, or let us create and run your video ad with a spokesperson. Take advantage of our early enrollment discount. Join us today. Your ad will be seen at least 30 times per day in your AdShare TV neighborhood. It's easy. Just call us 754-999-6020. AdShare TV, part of Pulsey Media Group.
It takes an entire village to raise a child. Hello, I'm Paul Campbell, here to talk about PALACE. Peace and Love Academic Scholarship. This non-profit group supports students facing serious obstacles from entering or continuing their studies, not because the grades are failing, but due to the lack of financial support.
Over the past 8 years, PALACE has awarded 600 scholarships valued at approximately 50.3 million Jamaican dollars, or 415,000 US dollars.
Together, we must build a better future for our children. Please visit www.palace1.org and make your donation to brighten the future of a deserving child. Palace, preserving young minds for posterity.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school,
In math,
I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym,
In biology,
I learned that I'm pathetic
that I'm fat
and a
and
joke.
stupid.
In history,
Today
I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one
In
likes me.
biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid.
In English,
And in
I
math,
learned that I make people
I
sick.
learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today,
The only thing I didn't learn today
The only thing I didn't learn,
It's why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.
Hey yo, this is Caraman to let you know that right about now you are logged on to DJ Kevin Stew on the Night Shift. Don't move.
What we got here is not a food.
welcome you back to the show. It's Healthy Love right here on the night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. In the background, the sound of Incognito. The track is called Change. I want to say thank you to this segment sponsor, Althea. Althea is a licensed massage therapist, and she takes her healing hands with her everywhere she goes, and she comes to you when you give her a call, 954-655-9000, or you email her at thealater@att.net. Althea operates in Broward County, North Miami-Dade, and South Palm Beach counties. Call her now and set up your appointments for the next 45 days from now. No, you're not setting it for over the next 45 days, you know. You're setting it for about 45 days from now. Yeah, she's not taking on any new clients right now, but you can go ahead and set up your appointments. Thank you, Althea, and your healing heavenly hands. Truly appreciate of you. So now we get to look at some of the nutraceuticals that can play a role in the fight against COVID-19. Have you ever heard of NAC? It is N-acetylcysteine. What it does is it encourages glutathione production. It thins mucus and lowers your chances of influenza and reduces your risk of developing severe bronchitis. Next on the list is elderberry extract, known to shorten influenza duration by 2 to 4 days and reduce the severity of the flu, according to the authors. Quote, given that elderberry is a very rich source of anthocyanins, there is reason to suspect that its impact on viruses might be mediated at least in part by ferulic acid, which is a prominent metabolite that appears in plasma following an anthocyanin ingestion. So, a little bit of elderberry extract, and you're off to the races with influenza prevention, or even the reduction in the length of time that you're exposed to that the virus is working in your body, because your body is fighting that much harder to kill the virus. Then you have spirulina. You know, they say let your food be your medicine and medicine be your food. Spirulina. It reduces the severity of influenza infection and it lowers influenza mortality in animal studies. In a human trial, spirulina significantly lowered the viral load in patients with HIV infection. So, if it can do that with HIV, can you imagine what it can do with influenza? And think about the possibilities of what it would do with COVID-19. Then you have beta glucan. This reduces severity of influenza infection severity and lowers influenza mortality in animal studies. Glucosamine. Everybody has heard of glucosamine. This regulates mitochondrial antiviral signaling proteins. Those are MAVs. mitochondrial antiviral signaling protein. It reduces severity of influenza infection severity and lowers influenza mortality in animal studies. Animal cells, human cells, not very different. Then you have selenium. Now, since selenium is an essential cofactor for certain peroxidases, and selenium deficiency has been endemic in certain regions of China and other parts of the world, ensuring adequacy of selenium nutrition might also be appropriate in this context. McClarty and Dinocalantonio state, quote, selenium deficiency also increases the rate at which viruses can mutate, promoting the evolution of strains that are more pathogenic and capable of evading immune surveillance. So, do you want to stay without selenium in your body doing its work? I think not. Zinc supports effective function and proliferation of various immune cells, thus lowering mortality in the elderly by 27%. Just a little zinc. Then you have lipoic acid. This helps to boost type 1 interferon response. In a 2014 paper, it is explained as, quote, type 1 interferons, IFN, activate intracellular antimicrobial programs and influence the development of innate and adaptive immune responses. IFNs are polypeptides that are secreted by infected cells and have three major functions. First, they induce cell-intrinsic antimicrobial states in infected and neighboring cells that limit the spread of infectious agents, particularly viral pathogens. Second, they mutate innate immune responses in a balanced manner that promotes antigen presentation and natural killer cell functions, while restraining pro-inflammatory pathways and cytokine production. Thirdly, they activate the adaptive immune system, thus promoting the development of high affinity antigen specific T and B cell responses and immunological memory. Type 1 IFNs are protective in acute viral infections, but can have either protective or deleterious roles in bacterial infections and autoimmune diseases. And lastly, in this list, there is sulforaphane. Sulforaphane helps to boost type 1 interferon response. A 2005 study in the Journal of Infectious Diseases also found resveratrol has the power to inhibit the replication of influenza A virus, significantly improving survival in influenza-infected mice. Now, according to the authors, resveratrol acts by inhibiting a cellular rather than a viral function, which suggests it could be a particularly valuable anti-influenza drug. But you don't really hear about that now, do you? So, looking at all of these supplements, all of these nutrients, what kind of dosage are we talking about? You know, do we just go out and arbitrarily get these products if we can get our hands on them, or whatever products contain these nutrients, and we just feast on that day in, day out? Or is there a dosage amount that we should be mindful of? The provisional daily dosage suggestions offered by McCarthy and DiNicolantonio, I'm having so much difficulty with this guy's name, to help control RNA viruses, including influenza and coronavirus infection, are, as it relates to the nutraceutical ferulic acid. Your daily dose is 500 to 1,000 milligrams. For lipoic acid, your daily dosage is 1,200 to 1,800 milligrams. And this is in place of ferulic acid. For spirulina, 15 grams. For NAC, 1,200 to 1,800 milligrams. Selenium, 50 to 100 micrograms. Glucosamine, you want to have a minimum of 3,000 milligrams. So you go with 3,000 milligrams or more. For zinc, you want to have a daily dosage of 30 to 50 milligrams. Yeast beta glucan, you want to have 250 to 500 milligrams. For your elderberry extract, you're looking to get 600 to 1,500 milligrams. Recently, I caught a news reporter doing a video and giving some recommendations as it relates to keeping safe with the virus going around. And one of the things he was saying, as the video took place as he was walking outside on the street and then going into an office building. Well, walking on the street, taking public transportation, and then going into an office building. As he was walking on the street, he was saying, you know, being out here in the sunlight, you're pretty safe. And I thought to myself, how many times have people heard that being out in the sun is a good thing? And how many times have we been prevented from being out in the sun? And I'd say, yes, I do say prevented. At least it is attempted. You know, our jobs keep us out of the sun. Sometimes, depending on the job. School keeps us out of the sun. Children keep us out of the sun, surprisingly enough. When I was growing up, I didn't have the luxury of staying in the house. I had to be out of the house. Now it's a little bit different. We want our children in the house because of all the craziness that is happening outside of the house. But let's go out there with our children. But I say all that to say this. Solar ultraviolet B radiation and supplemental vitamin D have also been shown to reduce pandemic fatality rates, which makes sense considering how important vitamin D is for controlling infections and lowering your risk of influenza and the common cold. Excuse me. One of the things that I realized whenever I came down with the flu is the moment I set foot out and sat in the sun, I would either go sit in the sun for a little while or I'd take a little walk. And literally it was a little walk because you feel weak. You don't want to get out of bed. And you don't want to go outside. But the moment I went outside and got into that sun, it was a whole new feeling. Then I would go back inside and it would happen all over again. But it helped. It would always help. Research published in 2009 pointed suggestions. It suggests fatality rates among the 1918 to 1919 influenza pandemic were influenced by season, with greater numbers of people dying during the winter than in the summer. And this was, according to the authors, quote, deaths during the 1918 to 1919 influenza pandemic have been linked to both the influenza virus and secondary bacterial lung infections. Case fatality rates and percentage of influenza cases complicated by pneumonia were available from survey study from 12 United States locations in the 1918 to 1919 pandemic. The study analyzes case fatality rates and cases complicated by pneumonia with respect to estimated summertime and wintertime solar ultraviolet B doses as indicators of population mean vitamin D status. Substantial correlations were found for associations of July UVB dose with case fatality rates and rates of pneumonia as a complication of influenza. Similar results were found for wintertime UVB. Vitamin D upregulates production of human cathelicidin, which has both antimicrobial and anti-endotoxin activities. Vitamin D also reduces the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, which could also explain some of the benefit of vitamin D since H1N1 infection gives rise to a cytokine storm. So, and this ends a quote, by the way. So, vitamin D plays a major role in the fight against viruses. Now, as a general guideline, what you want to do is get your vitamin D level tested twice a year, in the winter and in the summer. And this is to make sure that you're in a healthy range of 60 to 80 nanograms per milliliter all year round. There's a compelling body of research that suggests 40 nanograms per milliliter is the cutoff for sufficiency. So the bare minimum that you want to test and get a score of is 40 nanograms per milliliter. So check your vitamin D levels. How many times have we gone to the doctor and heard the doctor say, I'm going to run a test on your vitamin D levels? I can't say that I recall actually hearing that. What's even worse is that I haven't asked for it. But I'll double check my last records for tests when I went and did a whole workup. I'm gonna double check those results, and I'll see if it lists anywhere in there what my vitamin D levels were. We're gonna take another quick little break. When we come back, we talk some more. Thanks again to Althea Healing Heavenly Hands for sponsoring this segment of the show. Call your friends, tell your friends still. You can get in touch, you can call us, you can share your experiences with the flu, being out in the sun. If you've had any of these nutrients, whether directly or from a food source, and let us know how it has affected you. Because at the end of the day, we help each other. We help each other with our stories. And the more we share with each other, the more we benefit. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. 773-789-7839. You can call, you can text, you can Skype Kevin.Stew. Give me a link. Let's talk. We'll be right back.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Matthew 28:19 says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." With this in mind, and encouragement received during a South Florida media conference, The Church Links was birthed. The Church Links is an interdenominational worship service portal for churches, providing the tools to spread the word through technology in a cost-effective way. The Church Links, www.dahchurchlinx.com. Your links to worship and praise. When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse eMedia Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse eMedia Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulseemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse eMedia Group, when being in the moment is priceless. Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.
It's Christina representing for DJ Kevin. You see me, I say, I don't know the boss. You see me, I say, DJ Kevin Stew and the Night Shift Radio Show. Yo, it at the thing, turn up the thing loud. Wow, DJ Kevin Stew have the heart of a champion. Never underestimate, just choose him. The silver line behind the dark clouds. DJ Kevin Stew believe him, and that's no doubt. Salute the Night Shift Radio Show, Christina. It's a heart to talk. Loud. Peace.
How the keys to a master plan came to fall in the hands of man. In the dark where they would go, plant the seeds and I watch them grow. Was a warning to let them know. What you reap is what you sow.
Welcome back to the show. This is the sound of Carpet Face featuring Jimmy Lyons. It's called Before the Fall.
Cash the peace and police them know. Gnash the teeth and away them go. Those streets are paved with gold. 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 See them now before they fall.
I want to say thanks to Reggae Global Entertainment. They are sponsors for this segment of the show. They provide services as booking agents. They take care of legal contracts, copyrights, publishings, trademarks, business registrations, productions, as in music production. Give them a call, 954-998-8034. Let them know you heard about them on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. This is the sound of Carpet Face, Jimmy Lyons. It's called Before the Fall.
See them rising from the fall, rising from it all. Yeah. See them rising from the fall, yeah. Rising from it all. Yeah. See them rising from the fall, rising from it all. Yeah.
So putting a little icing on the cake.
Rising from it all.
Should the inclusion of Prevotella bacteria in COVID-19 turn out to be accurate? Prebiotics, probiotics, and sporebiotics may be of significant use. A number of studies have shown bifidobacterium strain by probiotics can help reduce Prevotella, while lactobacillus strains tend to increase it. Sporebiotics may be particularly beneficial. As is explained in how sporebiotics can help you, which actually features an interview with Dr. Dietrich Klinghardt. Spore-based probiotics consist of the cell walls of bacillus spores, the protective shell around the DNA, and the working mechanism of that DNA, not the whole live bacterium. Bacillus spores have been shown to dramatically increase immune tolerance, which means they help repair damage in your intestinal barrier. Now, remember, gut health leads to overall health. Since they're not live, they're also unaffected by antibiotics. The bacillus very effectively modulates cytokines, which are anti-inflammatory. Cytokines are upregulated, while inflammatory cytokines are downregulated, thereby restoring balance between the two. Because it is important to maintain balance. Whatever it is, balance is key. Research has also shown that spore biotics massively increase reproduction of acidophilus, bifidus, and other microbes in your gut via the electromagnetic messages they send out. This is entirely unique. When you take a regular probiotic, they primarily take care of themselves. Bacillus spores, on the other hand, actually enhance many of the other beneficial microbes. Bacillus spores also create 24 different substances that have strong antimicrobial properties. However, they do not kill indiscriminately like antibiotics. They specifically suppress pathogens that do make a valuable contribution to the whole. Now, as COVID-19 continues to wreak havoc all over the globe, taking measures to strengthen the immune system would only be wise. In fact, it should be your number one thing to do. It should be your priority one. Increasing your immune system, protecting it and strengthening it. It is your number one defense against all types of infections, whether it be viral or bacterial. And nutraceuticals, especially the ones that we were talking about tonight, will definitely help in that effort. So, moving forward, you definitely want to consider getting these as a part of your regular regimen. Add it to your regular diet. If you don't already have foods or supplements that contain these elements, these nutraceuticals, then I suggest you go up and start looking into it. Because, hey, you have what? One life? Yeah, so it's not like you have more than one. You only have one life. And we have to protect it the best way we can. We have to support it in any which way. And these nutraceuticals are ideal for the support that our immune system needs especially in the fight against COVID-19. Now, remember there's a whole lot that we haven't been told about this virus. So, that is something that we need to look into. Go ahead, do your research. One of the things that I came across recently is the effect of heat on the virus. Now, it could be as a result of how the virus reacts to sunlight, which includes UV rays and vitamin D. Just this past week on Melissa Jane's show, there was a climate control specialist, is what I like to call him. Big up Wayne. And he works on AC units and heating units. And he mentioned in the show the use of UV lights to help fight viruses and bacteria, to kill off viruses and bacteria. Guess what? The sun naturally provides those. So feed your body with some sun. Your body naturally takes on vitamin D from the sun. So why not help it out by spending some time in the sun? It only makes sense, right? I think so. There is one bit of information that I wanted to find for you before we went into musical therapy. And yeah, tonight we're going to do a little bit of an extended musical therapy. And I hope you don't mind. Because music helps to soothe the savage beast, and it helps to heal. The savage beast in this case will be afflictions to our body. And I was introduced to a little bit of new music, and I'd like to share it with my night shift listeners. There are some that would probably be familiar with it already. A guy by the name of Leslie Drayton is his name, and I just got some music courtesy of Donnie Walker. Thank you, Donnie. And in this is a little bit of spoken word, and it is called Infinite Wisdom. We have been blessed with the ability to think, to rationalize, to question. Don't give up that. Don't let that ability go to waste. Don't give up your God-given right to think and to ask questions and to research because someone says they have the answers, because someone says I can provide you with the information. The information you're getting is the information that they either have on hand or the information they choose to give. How about, yes, you take that information, but you also look about getting your own information. How about that? As we kick off this extended musical therapy, I want to encourage you to seek out infinite wisdom.
hard times, under pressure in the struggle. This same force has texture when life is too subtle. But sometimes it can get sort of muddled, and you start wishing and finding all the answers wasn't such a puzzle. Or a maze going on years, months, and days. Mine is more like a labyrinth, more questions always having them. A constant hunger, I'm a glutton for knowledge. Learn what the streets had to give and apply the hustle to college. But there's more to life than school lashes and street cred. Got trails to track planes that catch sales, I ain't set. But where I came from is not something I'll forget. I'm talking deeper than neighborhoods, my heritage. Ensnared and shipped, my ancestors in shackles and chains. Fast forward 2K20, skip races, them same blocks on our brains. Man, it's a shame. We gotta do better, y'all. And it's a rare occurrence that you'll hear me complain. Mother and father taught me be thankful for what's been obtained. But lately things have been easy. It seems like nothing but strain, causing pain in my brain from the overflow of doubt. Stroll this train track with me as I try to figure it out. Cause I can't keep traveling down the same old route. I had the stamina but still can't go on another bout. Trapped in, can't get out. Feeling like I'm in a prison POW. Never revealing details of my mission. Thought all my prior decisions were committed with precision. Still an inmate in my mind till I finally had a vision. Saw all the secrets of time as clear as a prism. Sense as they call it isn't really so common, so you gotta make sure you stand out.
Sense is not so common, and truer words have never been said. The sound of Leslie Drayton. It's called Infinite Wisdom.
Halukia no, oh Halukia. Hey, yes I, it's a boy Jordan Congo Bongo himself, and I represent for Kevin Stew on the night shift. City in and Kamola vibes. Yes, I. Look ya know. Look ya know. Tell them to pay attention. Why no they know that she way?
This is the sound of Jadan from his brand new album 369. It's called We Grow.
I saw me, I go build my future.
classics. I like that. Leslie Drayton also.
Ready to make some world move. Ready to share some world views. Your mindset no right. Me see it to find you. What you listen on the iTunes. And that you listen on your IQ. Cause nothing no hard to do. It's just to make the right moves. Losing and winning we go. Hard work is all that I know. So me I go build my future. Losing and winning we go. Hard work is all that I know. So me I go build my future. Hey, to me never say it hard. Tell her why you have to pre-say it easy. Enough time me hungry. Pretty days when we never have no money. We never stop work. Come and know this have work. Never get comfortable. No go say Jordan, that's where comfort. Losing and winning we go. Hard work is all that I know. So me I go build my future. Losing and winning we go. Hard work is all that I know. So me I go build my future. You never done until it's over. I am it from you. Now wait till me get older. I walk with the load from my shoulder. And if you know my life, you know I'm a soldier.
Isn't it easy to get wrapped up in
If you know my life, you know I'm a soldier.
It's so easy to get wrapped up in the tracks of Jadan, you know, his style, his delivery, his message. So captivating. This is on the Benjamins. Working out to the Lisa from his album Rootsy Rhapsody. This one is called Eternal Love.
So I dedicate to you eternal love. Thought about you all of today. It's been that way since you came in my life. Selfish love or even foolish pride. Heaven knows I'm looking for some meaning in my life. I've opened up my eyes, but I still couldn't find. You could rest assured I know what's in my heart. And with this new love that we share together, forever we will never be apart. Oh. So I dedicate to you eternal love. Show everything that I need. So I dedicate to you eternal love. Sing to me, baby. With your loving hands so holding, guide me into feeling that can warm the cold You're everything that I need. Eternal love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Eternal
This is Third World working out of Fiji. It's a Loving You Is Easy remix.
Loving you is easy, cause the way you make me feel. Loving you is simple, that's the way it's supposed to be. Baby, with you by my side, I feel so young and free. I can love you on and on and on and on, on and on and on. Only kind of woman I would wait for a long time. You know you were the baby, you know that. She know like stress you out, she know make any kind. Sweet and humble lady every time. Mama, you learn about her when you get for fine. Get everybody watching saying must be nice. One thing that she gets and nobody else no more. Humility and roots and culture. She's a queen for every warrior. I lay down my life here. Loving you is easy. I guess we're meant to be. Loving you is simple. It must be destiny. I'll be loving you for you, and you love me for me. We'll be loving on and on and on and on, on and on and on. Every wind that blows, every wave that rolls, with the coming and going of the tides. Everyone that sees is everyone that knows, because my love can't hide. Every sun that sets, every sun that rises, and every moon that shines. I feel like a winner on my own game show, because you are a sweepstake prize. And loving you is easy. You must be made for me. You must be made. Loving you is simple. It comes so naturally. Yeah. Woman, with you by my side, I feel so young and free. I can love you on and on and on and on, on and on and on, on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and everything's gonna be alright. Snow just our guiding light.
This is Jamari Morgan working out in Satori and Morgan Heritage. It's called We're Gonna Be Alright.
Fear inside can be so paralyzing. Heartless people born when love is dying. Confusion rampant when knowledge is silent. Earth is aching, the temperature rising. Seasons change and we all want more. Nobody knows what they're looking for. Changing stays, only thing for sure. Oh, oh, oh. We're gonna be alright.
them say why you off me, why you this is me, but not the fighting. We don't send me no in that. Strike it like lightning, like you say about the bandit track. I'm speaking up the facts, me now go only back. Even if me have to go back, you can't trick me with your silver and gold. You can't be fisting on you blindfold. Have to set them free, have to let them be. A little patience, more love is what deal with them. Season change and they all want more. Just let them know the future's bright for sure. And once we're all in this together, can't break us up, the next generation must come better. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright.
Want to say thanks
Hope we give to all the youths with insecurities. Obstacles will arise, but never let it get the best of you. It is always better to keep your eyes locked on the praise. Not your
thanks to Reggae Global for sponsoring this segment, the previous segment. And thanks to GMAT Music Solutions for sponsoring this segment, this musical therapy segment.
be alright. We're gonna be alright.
In the background, Satori, Jamiri Morgan, and Morgan Heritage reminding us, hey, we're gonna be alright.
Things are gonna be alright. Things are gonna be alright. Hope we give to all the youths with insecurities. Obstacles
Once again, thanks, GMAT Music Solutions.
it is always better to
Couldn't do this musical therapy with segments without you. GMAT Music Solutions providing sound, light, and stage production services, musical equipment, musicians, singers, DJs, bands, bringing your event to life. Give them a call, 754-307-GMAC, 754-307-4622, or reach out to them at gmatmusicsolutions.com. Yeah, we're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright because we're unbreakable.
Let's celebrate.
For all the Hezites.
One case of dragon and a bag of kush. Turn up the thing, a good vibes we have.
This is Hezron.
Heal up the million.
Track called Unbreakable.
Dopes. Can't put me fist from your pants, they are your foot. Look how she's sweet and how she hot. Buy her a drink, cannot be no dead stop. Living a love and I love what you got. Give me the light and make me blaze up this bird. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes tonight. Yes, we're celebrating survivors' pride. We all know that this journey hasn't been so kind. But with great courage we challenge a mind. Persevere through the slips and slides. And still standing here. Yes, we are still standing here, Lord. Yes, we are unbreakable. Good gosh, Lord. Yes, we are unbreakable. That's what we are, yes. Yes, we know the journey hasn't been so kind. But through the rough times, we challenge them all. Persevere through the slips and slides. And still standing here, Lord. Still standing here, Lord. We are unbreakable. one case of dragon, a bag of kush. Turn up the thing, I good vibes, we are push, yes. Heal up the militant, big up me dogs. Can't move me fist from your pants, they are your fault. Look how she's sweet, and how she hot. Buy her a drink, and not be no dead stock, yes. Living a love, and love what you good. Give me the light and make me blaze up this spirit. Yes, I'm conquerable, unbreakable, okay. Unbreakable, standing here, unconquerable, standing here. We've got to break the cycle of hatred.
This is the sound of Ed Robinson. It's called Break the Cycle of Hatred. From his album The Awakening.
We've got to break it down, the cycle of hatred. For the children's sake.
18 minutes to the top of the hour. 18 more minutes before we get out out of here.
Break it down, Lord, now, before it gets too late. Yeah. There's a sad story. Oh yeah, ingrained throughout history. Oh yeah, all man, oppressed man. Yeah. Spreading injustice to every land. Come centuries later, we're still singing that same old song. Somebody tell me why we can't get along. That's why you got to break the cycle of hatred. Whoa. By showing love to one another. Yeah. We've got to break the cycle of hatred. Yeah. By dignifying and respecting each other. Yeah. We've got to break it down, the cycle of hatred. Yeah. For the children's sake. Yeah. We've got to break it down, the cycle of hatred. Break it down, Lord, now, before it gets too late. Now it seems like time is running out. Got to get involved, and that's no doubt. No. These problems, we've got to solve them. Oh yeah, change them attitudes. Stop being so rude. Stop being so rude, 'cause we're all a part of this human family. Yeah. It's a must we live in peace and harmony, and that is why we've got to break the cycle of hatred. Whoa. By showing love to one another. Yeah. We've got to break the cycle of hatred. Yeah. By dignifying and respecting each other. Yeah. We've got to break it down, the cycle of hatred. Yeah. For the children's
Holding on to the past, gonna stand in the way, fighting to keep us.
Moving from artist to management.
More fuel to the fire, nothing's
The
changed.
super talented Joanna Marie. You know, take nothing from Ed. He's super talented too. An artist, producer, drummer.
It will always be the same. Just gonna fight the more I do. Just gonna find
So Miss Joanna Marie, track called Fight No More from our album Simply Irresistible. Joanna wears so many hats. I don't know where to begin with her. One of the hats she's wearing right now is the manager for Mr. Ed Robinson. Stream. Tonight I give in. This is musical therapy.
I only need to tell you that it's you.
On this healthy love night.
I ever dreamed would come to me. Somebody walk into my heart, into my surprise.
I've waited oh so long to say it to you.
The sound of Natisha's stream. Tonight I give in. 9 minutes to the top of the hour. 9 minutes before I get out of here, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for hanging out with me, for tuning in, for taking your notes. I encourage you during this time of heightened awareness, heightened health awareness, that you take control of your health. And, you know, relaxing to some good music and chilling out at the end of the day to wind down, that contributes to health. In the background, the introduction to a new track from one of the ladies from Sensational Dynamic Sound, SDS. This is Dottie, her rendition of Sent from Heaven.
Sent from heaven, sent from heaven, sent from heaven, sent from heaven. Now you can wait your whole life wondering when it's gonna come or where it's been. You may have got your heart broken a few times in the past. Never lasts as strong as it used to. Don't feel as good as it used to before. And all the things you used to say, things you used to do, went right out the door. Oh, no more will you be the one. That's what you tell everyone around you. But you know they've heard it all before. What more can you say? When love won't let you walk away and you can't help who you love. And you find yourself giving it all away when you think you're in love. Ooh, 'cause I wanna be the one who you believe in your heart is sent from heaven. There's a piece of me who leaves when you're gone because it's sent from heaven. I wanna be the one who you believe in your heart is sent from heaven. There's a piece of me who leaves when you're gone because it's sent from heaven. You can wait your whole life trying to change what you feel from what it's been. You may have put your whole life into a man loving what you thought that could have been. Notice when you're changing, you don't feel as good as you used to before. And everything you used to say, thing you used to do, cleared right out the door. Oh, no more will you be the one. That's what you tell everyone around you. But you know they've heard it all before. What more can you say? When love won't let you walk away and you can't help who you love. And you find yourself giving it all away when you think you're in love. So I wanna be the one who you believe in your heart is sent from heaven. There's a piece of me who leaves when you're gone because it's sent from heaven. I wanna be the one who you believe in your heart is sent from heaven. There's a piece of me who leaves when you're gone.
The ladies of this group, they're so talented. Amazing work putting them together. Miss Joanna Marie, Mr. Ed Robinson, Mr. Richard Grant. Instrumental in what everything SDS does.
Don't want it to stop when Kevin Stew play. You know, say night shift, I do it, and you know me not leave it. Kevin, this one's for you. Big up yourself, Shauna Dazzle says so.
I thank you, Shauna Dazzle. And as I get on out of here, you know what? I am going to do a Shauna Dazzle tune, and I'm going to do that very one that she did that drop for. Shauna Shauna Dazzle is one of the other members, or should I say another member of SDS, Sensational Dynamic Sound.
Really and truly.
This one is called Take It.
Well, I don't wanna be your one night stand. You want me take it, I'll leave it, but take it, me no need it. Don't wanna be your part time. You want me take it, I'll leave it, but take it, me no need it. Keep calling my number, ringing my phone, pretend you like me 'cause you're feeling alone. Me sit down and I watch you working your plan, getting me into position. You play like you're into me, tell me say you want me, so we keep up the game. Tell me you like to kiss me, swear that you miss me, but I have to tell the truth plain. I don't wanna be your one night stand. You want me take it, I'll leave it, but take it, me no need it. Don't wanna be your part time. You want me take it, I'll leave it, but take it, me no need it. No one like part time love. You know one like part time love. You know one like part time love. No undercover, only full time for me. Like you don't see my quality, like you don't see I'm a wifey. Oh, you want me to play the minty? No way. My problem with you is you can't be honest. All you do is pretend. So I actually thought that we could have something, but I'm the fool in the end. You and your lover, let me undiscover and see the two way you there. Stop with me, I'm gonna know where you want. You can try the truth now and again. I don't wanna be your one night stand. You want me take it, I'll leave it, but take it, me no need it.
Do remember to join me tomorrow night,
You want me take it, I'll leave it, but
10 till midnight Eastern time, right here, same time.
you want me take it, I'll leave it.
Well, same place. 10 to midnight is the time. The place, kevinstew.com for Real Talk Wednesday. Also known as Marlon's favorite night shift show.
We calling my number, ringing my phone, pretend you like me 'cause you're feeling alone. Me sit down and I watch you working your plan, getting me into position. You play like you're into me, tell me say you want me, but it's all in the game. You coulda tell me the truth, come me cooling on you, but you mess up the hand that you play. So I don't wanna be your one night stand. You want me take it, I'll leave it, but take it, me no need it. Don't wanna be your part time. You want me take it, I'll leave it, but take it, me no need it. Don't wanna be your one night stand. You want me take it, I'll leave it, but take it, me no need it. Don't wanna be your part time. You want me take it, I'll leave it.
Shauna Dazzle is another of the talented individuals roaming around South Florida.
Me no want a part-time lover. No one that cover for me. No one that cover.
He's also a producer, a sound engineer. The talent.
Take by yourself with your one night stand. Me no need it. No, me no need it.
Listen, this is where I get on out of here. Thank you. Take care until later on. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are in the world from right here in South Florida. I bid you good night.
When being in the moment is priceless, consider the ability to share that moment. If you can video it, you can broadcast it. And Pulse E-Media Group has the tools you need. Weddings, birthdays, funerals, graduations, church services, parties, seminars, you name it. Pulse E-Media Group can provide you with a secure medium controlled by you to broadcast your event. Contact us at www.pulsemediagroup.com for more information. Pulse E-Media Group, when being in the moment is priceless.